Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to this episode, or this video rather. I'm Jimbo, and today we're going to be trying out and doing a durability test on this new product here. This is Adam's Ceramic Spray Coating 9H. This is their 8-ounce bottle, and this 8-ounce bottle cost $40 shipped, and they have a 16-ounce option that is about $80 shipped. Of course, Adam's is always running a special, so you could usually always save about 15% off on that. Sometimes you could get free shipping and all that. So I want to point out before we get into the application process of this video and show you a couple important things that are already going on with this bottle that may be a good sign, and I'll show those later. But we're going to do a couple different things in this video that I haven't yet seen in other videos done. So I've prepped the panel by wiping the whole entire thing with G-Technics panel wipe, and I also, before I did that, I used a company called Surfaces, their alcohol wipe, and completely stripped the panel of anything. Any oils, any waxes, nothing. So the panel is completely bare. After I did that, I taped off a section of the panel and then covered the left-hand side of the panel with the towel to make sure that I did not get any overspray on the panel, on that half of the panel, because we're gonna really beat this product up, see what it's worth. A couple other things that I wanted to show you that I did. I sprayed and left a high spot on the closest side of the panel. So I intentionally, right below that lower body line there, I wiped it once but left a high spot. I did that because I wanted to see how hard it would be, or how hard this coating would actually be, and would that be possible to remove that high spot down the line. I also took the towel and made a couple sprays on top of the towel of the coating, and then did not wipe it. So I want to see, is the product hardening in the towel? Again, to show us if it's hardening. So I did that, and so what we're going to do with this now, and I've pulled out the sprayer nozzle that has the coating in it. So I want to see, is it going to harden in the sprayer? So what I've done is applied it to the right side half of that panel. I'm going to let that set for a couple days. They're kind of vague on what the cure time is, so I'm going to let that set up for a couple days, and then I'm going to beat it to crap and see what it's made of, show you what the beads look like, show you if it can withstand chemical, and just play with it and have some fun. So let's get started. Now, it's important to note, you do not want to smell the coating. Do not do a sniff test on this at all. Do not smell it. And in fact, if you do smell it, you're probably going to burn your nose hairs. That's exactly what happened to me. I took a big whiff because a lot of Adam's products smell really good, and it smells horrendous if you do the sniff test. So I definitely recommend wearing gloves, wearing a mask. Do not smell it. Now, it's interesting though, when you spray it onto the panel or spray it onto the towel, it doesn't smell that bad. You can definitely tell they tried to add some sort of scent to it, but do not do a sniff test with this product.
All right, so on to the application of the Adam's ceramic spray on this black panel. And first, I'm going to use G-Technic panel wipe. This is basically an alcohol wax and grease remover. So I'm going to spray it all over this bare panel that's already been polished and compounded and completely free and removed of everything. But still, I want to use a wax and grease remover to make sure I'm getting it completely clean, and really taking this as serious as I would with a ceramic coating. So this is just a fresh new towel, G-Technic panel wipe, and removing any remaining oils that may be on the surface. From there, I'm going to add this tape line. So on the right side, I'm going to apply the Adam's ceramic coating. On the left side, I'm going to leave it completely bare, stripped, bare clear coat. And then again, like I said, on the right side, I'm going to add the Adam's ceramic spray. For the Adam's ceramic spray, I'm going to use a fresh towel. They only recommend, or at least in the videos that I've watched, they say it can be applied using only one towel. So that's what I have right there, is a fresh, clean towel. Remove the tags. I folded it in a few directions to ensure that I'm not reusing the side. Obviously, the 8-ounce bottle of the Adam's ceramic spray, and then the sprayer that it comes with. Also comes in a 16-ounce size, but I only picked up the 8-ounce. So, and then I use this bigger drying towel to cover the bare side of the clear coat, so I don't get any overspray onto that side for a false reading. I'm going to apply or stick the sprayer in. One quick note, you could see right around here, right around the bottle. Now this should be a clear frosted bottle, but it's browning or orangey. Now it could be from the color, or it could be from a reaction happening in the bottle. Just an interesting thing to note. Again, it gave me hope because there may be something happening in that bottle to make the bottle itself discolor. Just my observation, nothing too serious. So I'm going to spray it directly onto the panel. They say you can spray it on the panel or you could spray it directly into the towel, but since I wanted to get it as even of a coverage as possible, I decided to spray it directly on the panel, and that's why I have that big drying towel. I wanted to let it set up and see if it was rainbowing like traditional coatings do, and you could see the spray is rainbowing. So, and even when I do that initial wipe, it's rainbowing like ceramic coatings do. It also is rainbowing like OptiSeal does. So one of the future tests I want to do is OptiSeal versus this stuff. But that is all very, very good signs. Now the wipe off for the residue, very smooth. Very, very smooth wipe off. And it also does make the panel pretty smooth underneath the towel as well. But I was excited to see that rainbowing. Adds nice depth and gloss. Kind of hard to tell on the panel, but comes off very smooth. Now what I wanted to do, and kind of went back to wiping it off, what I want to do and what you'll see here is I leave a high spot on the bottom of the panel closest to us right now, or closest to you looking. I'm going to spray it right there, and I'm going to only do one wipe. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that high spot right there to see how hard it is to remove a high spot later. I'm also going to spray the towel directly to see if the towel hardens. These are two things that happen with traditional ceramic coatings that I want to see if happens with Adams coating. So I left the high spot. You could see it rainbowing right there. And again, another spritz on the towel to see if the fibers of that towel harden like a traditional ceramic coating. So what will this tell us? Well, when we go back and look, if the fibers don't harden from the towel, when does the coating harden? That would be my question. If the high spot can be removed, and what we'll see later in the video, can I remove it with just a wet towel? Because if you can remove it with just a wet towel, again, it's not truly that hard, or at least when I wouldn't venture to say that it's that hard. So two things to look at. I'm good with the bottle seemingly having a reaction inside the bottle, discoloring the bottle, but I will see if the sprayer gets hard, if the towel gets hard, and how hard it is to remove that high spot.
So a few things to talk about or kind of bring up is, the first one is, did the towel harden? So when we are talking about normal ceramic coatings that are applied a little bit differently, the towel hardening signifies that the coating is hardening. So we know that if the towel hardens, that the coating is getting hard. On the Adams ceramic, as you can see, the towel here is not hard at all. So the towel did not harden to me. Now take it for what it is. I'm just spewing the facts. So the towel did not harden, nor did the sprayer cap harden either. So it didn't harden in the sprayer cap. It didn't harden in the towel, which is kind of an interesting thing to think about. But I just wanted to throw that out there. Another thing I wanted to talk about is this spot right down here. So what I want to see is if I take a fresh microfiber towel on that spot, or even what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a wet microfiber towel, and does that spot right there, does it end up wiping off with just water? So that's the spot where I intentionally left a high spot. And again, what I want to do is, will this high spot that I left intentionally right there, will this high spot remove with just water? And it does.
So there's just water. As you can see, it's been about 72 hours since I applied this to the panel, and that high spot definitely gets knocked down with just water. So this 9H is confusing because it's definitely not hardening. You can see with a traditional coating, a high spot like that would not just wipe down with simply water. But let's throw some water on this now and see what the beading behavior is like, and see if how durable it may be. All right, so let's look at the initial water beading. Again, this has been curing for about, I'd say 72 hours, right about, and they're a little, they're not real clear on how long it should cure for, but let's look at the water beading behavior. The right side has the right side has atoms, the left side nothing. So as you can see, pretty nice water beads there on the right side compared to the sheeting and the sheeting and really nothing on the right. Nice beads. No real water sheeting, but nice consistent round beads, considerably more than on the left side that has nothing on it. And again, this argument of water beads has kind of been brought up in the comments, and it makes for a good argument. You know, water beads aren't necessarily the best thing ever because they create water spots. So let's do it again, look at it. So some nice water beads on that right side. So if you're looking for water beading and a really easy application, you could definitely find it in this one. So let me get my drying towel here, dry this panel off, then we'll beat it up with some products. As you can see, even with that one swipe, granted the towel was fresher on the right side, but any kind of protection or ceramic protection especially is going to make the car not only easier to clean but easier to dry as well. So, all right, the first order of business that I'm going to hit it with is the Griot's iron and fallout remover. And if you see this video compared to the Atoms, it was very similar. Get the residue off. Ooh, as you could see, it took a significant beating just from that, just from the iron remover, but there may be some residue on there. As you can see, the beading pattern is completely gone off that.
On the other side.
But let's wipe it down with water or my wet rag and see if there's any. I'm not going to do any ONR or any rinseless or waterless. I'm just going to simply hit it with the wet rag to see if there's any residue left. But that would, I don't know, man. It'd be kind of disappointing with just an iron remover if that got knocked down. And I don't know why they had to add the term 9H. Really wanted to like it. It went on really smooth. Actually, I'm going to hold back my opinion. I'm going to hold back my opinion and just let the effects or the demo do the talking. So, all right, let's see that now. Okay. So now we're getting more sheeting. So the iron remover may have been hiding a little bit of it. I'm not going to say it was, because look at how much different the water
behavior is on that. And again, water beading doesn't necessarily mean that there's no protection. If the water's not beading, that doesn't necessarily mean that there's no protection there. Just for video purposes, it's the easiest way to kind of show it. So you can see the water is still evaporating when I wipe it at a nice rate. Let's see if, moving forward to the Super Clean in the purple bottle, see if the Super Clean changes it at all. I will say that there was a significant difference in smoothness from panel to panel pre-hitting it with all this stuff. So let's move on to the Super Clean. Let's wipe it in here. All right. Hit it with that. Let's get this residue off. You can see it looks like in previous videos we've learned this too, that the Super Clean does tend to kind of hold onto the surface. You can see it's sheeting a little bit faster, but I think there's quite a bit of residue still on the surface. So let's wipe it with the wet rag, flip it over. And let's get the hose back out again and see if it's broken down by now. Let's see here. Sorry, I keep nailing that camera. So it's, again, gone to sheeting water. It's definitely still sheeting water faster on the right side than the left side, but the water beads have gone. But you could see how much faster, significantly faster in the sheeting of water, which may indicate that it's still there. And you could definitely see how much less water is on the right side than the left. Again, I'm holding back on my personal opinion too much. If I had to guess my personal opinion, I would say it's gone. That would be my guess, especially when we saw those nice round beads. But if you look at it, there is less water on the surface. There's just no, so the protection could still be there. And again, just for the purpose of these videos, water beading behavior is really the only thing that we could do to show it. Yes, I guess you could, well, a coating isn't even going to register on a thickness gauge, so I don't really know any other option to prove that the coating is there or is not. If you have an option, if you have a way of doing that, let me know. All right, let's move on to the Black Magic Bleach White in the white bottle. I'm not sure if the coating's there or not anymore, but again, for testing purposes, I think the iron remover did quite a number on it. So I think, you know, whether it's still there or not, hard to tell, but the water behavior is definitely gone, even after the iron remover, which is kind of disappointing because a lot of other products have held up through the iron remover, including the turtle wax spray wax. All right, the Bleach White tire cleaner. Let's hit it with the hose. All right, I'll hit it with the wet towel. That looks even more flat. But again, there may be residue. But that looks even flatter. But look at it, when I'm wiping it, look at the rate of the evaporation of the water versus the nothing side. It is still evaporating water much quicker than the side with nothing. And that's interesting, because even though we're not seeing the water beading behavior, the rate of the evaporation is more. What would be interesting to see is if we could bring back those hydrophobic properties though. So let's do something fun.
Like just a quick spray wash?
Yeah, let's
give her a good shake.
The Meguiar's ceramic wax. Let's just apply it. That is kind of a lot, but let's apply it like that, because I'm not going to rub it in, because now we're just having fun. But now that we're playing with two different brands and kind of going off the reservoir here, if they're, according to the ceramic wax, you should just be able to spray and wipe once there's a base layer of protection. Granted, it's not a base layer of ceramic, Meguiar's ceramic wax, whatever it's called. But I wonder if just this will bring back the hydrophobic properties of the coating, which would be pretty cool. Let's see. Yep. And it kind of does. So it may still be there. Now, granted, you may be getting, the argument could be, you may be getting a false reading from the Meguiar's and not, so we may be seeing the properties of the Meguiar's and not the Adams. But when we did the test with the Meguiar's ceramic wax, and it was just the Meguiar's ceramic wax, when I sprayed it on and just rinsed it off, we didn't get any hydrophobic properties back. So I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments below what you think. Is the Adams still there and we just lost the hydrophobic properties? Or is it completely gone and we're getting the reading from the Meguiar's? Obviously, we're probably getting a reading from the Meguiar's a little bit. But let me know in the comments below what you guys think about this torture test. What you guys think of the Adams 9H ceramic spray. Will you be picking it up? What do you think about this test? Let me know in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will catch you on the next one. See ya.